If you were raised in an environment where healthy relationships were absent, so therefore you never had an actual model of what it looks like, chances are you experienced a lot of dysfunctional relationships in your adult life. Chances are you also became conscious about it, or you educated yourself and you actually went on a healing journey. Perhaps your traumas have been healed and that dysfunction has actually left you. However, what now? When healthy relationships become available to you and healthy love, and you believe that you can co-create healthy love now because you don't have all that stuff holding you back, here are some things that people experience. So healthy relationships may feel a little bit boring to you because there is no chaos and passion, because in the end, all that dysfunction actually was masquerading as passion before. But now, when dysfunction is gone and you are still in the process of discovering yourself really and how you want to present yourself without the trauma and without the dysfunction, it can have a bit of that space, or that limbo where you don't actually know what healthy feels for you. So you're still discovering, but the dysfunction and the chaos and the push and pull dynamics and all that kind of unhealthy dynamics, when you are not engaging in those, in something that was familiar to you, now it can feel a little bit bland and it can feel a little bit boring until you actually go into that healthy relationship and start co-creating it the way that brings you joy. Also, another common thing that people experience is anxiety, actually, because again, this is something that we are learning as sort of healing the dysfunction and healing the trauma and learning to come into a healthy relationship. That requires trust, right? So trust is the fundamental pillar to a healthy relationship. But it can cause a bit of anxiety if you are not able to trust anyone before. And this is a new thing that you need to learn. That can cause a little bit of anxiety, which is normal. You are learning to trust someone. So instead of focusing on that anxiety, you can just say to yourself that this is new, this is different. This is just a new territory and I'm happy to explore. Another common thing is feeling confused a little bit, because that's the situation where you want a healthy relationship, but you just don't know how to create one. So there is again that space between the healing that happened and kind of implementing yourself as a new person, healed person, different person, new version of yourself into a relationship. So obviously you kind of knew how to be in a dysfunctional relationship because this is something that was familiar to you. Now, when that is removed, there is that empty space that you don't know what to do with it. And so confusion could be a common feeling in that. But just trust that this confusion is not something bad, really. It's again an invitation to become curious. And now you have that opportunity to start co-creating instead of just following a pattern. You have that possibility to rediscover, reclaim the parts of yourself that you want to flourish instead of all those blocks and parts that were holding you back before. So don't see confusion as a bad sign. See confusion as a sign of curiosity of what can be created out of that.